Hello Village Church, it's good to see you all again. Very excited that next week we're going to be able to meet again in person for the first time in several months now. I just wanted to give you a few little updates on the differences when you arrive next Sunday so that you'll know what to do ahead of time and be ready. So first up, you'll know that we're moving to the upstairs auditorium. So you will enter through the doors at the southern end of the church, and when you come in you're going to find a little table here that we've set up to sign in. Now this is part of the COVID safe things at the moment that we need to maintain a list for contact tracing. These details we're only going to keep for 56 days and then they'll be destroyed. So we're just going to get you to sign in. We really only need one from each household, your name, your phone number and the number of people that you have with you. And that information, if required, gets supplied to the public health team. Next across, you're going to find a little hand rub station with some information. Again, by now you'll all know how to clean your hands, I'm sure, but basically, bit of squeezy stuff, rub it all around your hands, make sure that we get between all of our fingers, around the base of the thumb on both sides, in the palms. And yeah, just keep working it around until it goes dry again, and then you'll know that your hands are nice and clean. Around the place you'll probably see some of these signs. They'll be in different places around the church that'll just remind you to, of course, sneeze or cough into your elbow. Please don't come at all if you're sick. Alright, so when you come into the auditorium itself, you'll notice that it looks a little bit different to how it used to look. The chairs have all been spaced out a little bit to allow for 1.5 metres between each pew. Each of these pews should really only seat one family unit. If obviously your family unit's very small, you might be at one end and another might be right down the other end. We just still need to maintain that 1.5 metre distance between family groups. Once you've come into the church and found your pew, we're going to ask that you try and stay there as much as possible. Maybe a bit noisy chatting to the person sitting over there, but for the moment that's kind of what we need you to do. So obviously you can still use the facilities at the back, but whenever you're in the church, just try and remain in your seat. Okay, so just to give you a quick visual reminder of what 1.5 metres is, I've asked for a little volunteer. Ralph, familiar face. He's going to stand on this side, I'm going to stand on this side, and we've brought a little piece of equipment that we think is about 1.5 metres, and this is about how far apart you should be standing while you're conversing. How's it going, Ralph?
You're a long way away, but I feel safe.
Excellent.
What about if I want to pray for your day, or what might I do then?
Usually you can still pray with words. Obviously the laying on of hands is something that just at the moment we should probably be avoiding. So, you know, as we might do from our own seats, everyone's hands out towards the person.
And shake hands?
Shaking hands is frowned upon just at this point in time. And it's really difficult to do from 1.5 metres away anyway. So I just wanted to also mention vulnerable people. As you'll know, anybody over the age of 70, people over the age of 65 who have a significant comorbidity, or First Nation Australians who are over 50 and have a comorbidity, are all considered vulnerable people in our community. We want to do what we can to protect them. So for the time being, we're recommending that they don't attend our services in person. We'll still have video services that people can log into from home, but we just want to keep you all as safe as possible at the moment. Wow, you get a different perspective of the church from up here. We're very excited to be meeting everyone again in person, but we do need to be aware that this plan may well be very temporary. We would love to see everything just opening back up again, and instead of sitting 1.5 metres that we can all sit together and congregate again, particularly at the end of church, maybe share a meal, things like that. At the moment, we've seen things have not gone so well in Victoria, and it could well be that with our borders opening this coming week, things will change here again. When they do, it's likely to be very rapid, and if that happens, we may be back to meeting in our homes again. Village kids, they'll be starting to meet up again next week. First off, there's going to be a little creche area in the back corner here for obviously the younger kids that are still going to be staying with their parents. Please feel free to make use of that area. The kids themselves, for village kids, are going to be heading out our back doors during the service. We'll get you to sign them in as you come in while filling in the other COVID safe sign-in sheet. Then they'll go down the stairs and meet where we would normally meet downstairs during the service. At the end they'll be brought back up to rejoin their families. I've just enjoyed a great message from Ralph, and it's time for me to go home. So at the end of the service we're going to ask that you don't congregate within the church itself, so you'll hop up, make your way back towards where we came in, but for the purposes of exiting, this time we'll be going out the doors that are on the northern side of the entryway. We'll have some little arrows here to indicate the way and basically back out to the car park. And there we have it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody next week, as I said. Hopefully we can do this in the safest way possible. We want to keep all of you safe, as well as all our members. Come along next week.